If you think we're going to give you something valuable, no. Lower your expectations. Again, it is 2022.
This is a gossip podcast.
This is a nothing podcast. We talk about nothing.
What's the theme of 2022? What are we starting with?
2022, lower your expectations. Take the bar, just dink, 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 dunk, 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 lower it to the ground on the floor. That's where the bar is for 2022.
It's the baby bar. It's the new trend. That's all you got to do.
Listen, if Kim K can do it, we can all try at least 3 times.
What expectations are you lowering? Just hit me with them.
Every single one, pretty much. I feel like, 2020, we were like, yes, 2020, it's going to be the best year ever. And then, of course, pandemic. And then 2021, we were like, oh my gosh, we're going to get vaccines. Life's going to go back to normal. It's going to be amazing. And then Omicron and also pandemic. And so now I just feel like, let's just have a year. That's it, period.
It can only go up from here. Actually, no, it could get much worse.
No, lower your expectations. It can stay flat.
It will probably get worse.
That's sort of like stoicism, where it's like, expect the worst possible thing to happen. And then if it doesn't happen, you have a great day.
Welcome to Good For You.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
Good For You, a podcast about the things we ghosted, the purchases that haunt us, and an extension of the cusp. We're going to talk about the things that are happening in pop culture, the ones that got away, the things in our cart that are haunting us or ghosting us, our strong opinions
that are loosely held. We like to call this the Grex.
The group text.
The group text in your ear. So, where friends don't let friends
get scammed.
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty. Good night, Denise.
Bestie, are you okay? Are you okay?
Elizabeth Holmes.
Are you okay? Because sounds like you might be going to jail.
Her sentencing happens next week. And for anyone who doesn't know, this is the ex-queen of Theranos. The
girl boss of the century. Have you been listening to the podcast about the trial?
No.
It's super interesting. It's called The Drop. It's called The Drop.
Okay.
Because they weren't allowed to record the trial. And it was fascinating, what they were saying. Basically, they set up Elizabeth Holmes as this almost battered, abused woman who was mind controlled into doing what she did because of this her bad relationship with her partner, who was also her business partner. Mm-hmm. And it's really interesting. I mean, it's really interesting.
I didn't know that when they started working together, she was 17 or 18 and he was 37.
Yeah, I'd say that's predator, you know?
And out. But that's a thing.
That's all too well territory.
Yeah.
That's a Taylor Swift Jig G situation.
She's never going to let us get away.
Yeah, she dropped out of Stanford, and then they lived together in this giant compound. It is wild. Some of this, he made her, well, I don't know if he made her, but they said he made her write down affirmations every day and only drink green juice and be vegan. So she was a clear vessel it's very interesting. It's there's some new age pseudo spirituality shit happening there as well. Law of attraction. It's amazing.
Wasn't Steve Jobs a fruitarian or something?
I think he rejected treatment for pancreatic cancer or whatever he had, and he would have survived if he had gotten treatment. He tried to treat it with just natural living.
But I think natural living.
just vibing.
Pretty sure he was a fruitarian though before his diagnosis. He was just
really?
Just always fucking eating fruit, nothing else.
Listen, what was her name? Freely the banana girl. Yeah, Freely the banana girl who only ate bananas. She was a fruitarian. People were like, it's a no for me, babe, because that's an eating disorder. So I don't know, get some protein. I read that her sentences can be done concurrently, and the max is 20 years. So she had a baby. I think she's gonna have I think she's gonna go to jail for 2 years, a la Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
And she's gonna come back and girl boss, gaslight, and gatekeep even harder than before. I think she's gonna be fine.
What octave do we think her voice will be when she comes back?
It's just it's like Snow White. She just comes back totally different.
Okay. That is so much upkeep for the people in the back who don't know. She lowered her voice. What? 2 octaves?
Oh, down here for all the time. But her natural speaking voice was where we're talking. But yeah, she
Valley girl.
No, she lowered her speaking voice to here to be taken more seriously.
Which
I get it. is sort of like tricky territory because it's very common, I think, in like VC to lie about where your product is in like to investors. And it's kind of like, in a way, on your investors to do their due diligence and see if what you're saying is true or not before they invest in you. And I don't know. I think it's interesting that she's going to jail and Adam Newman from WeWork is not.
Is now like, what, 3 times richer? And
a billionaire.
Yeah,
So.
there are a lot of weird things about her, and I'm curious to listen to this podcast, but it's never black or white, and there's clearly some power differential issues that happened in that relationship that probably caused her to do shit she didn't want to do.
100%.
And to your point, there's absolute misogyny and sexism in that world that is so inextricably linked to how people make money and sell companies that it's kind of hard to separate that, even if they try.
Yeah, and if everyone else, if that's like the norm is for, if everyone else is lying and inflating their numbers and blah, 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 then you feel like you need to lie and do the same thing in order to keep up. And
you actually have to.
Yeah, and you literally do. When I was fundraising, people told me to lie about all my numbers. It's kind of crazy. I feel like that line becomes very opaque of like, well, what's normal to do versus what's not. That.
Well, I guess when you're promising to like help people identify if they have diabetes or not, it's a little more
right, or cancer, or like if they're gonna, if they're actually pregnant or not,
a little more high stakes than some media companies. They're lying about their views.
Yeah, well, bestie, listen, we don't want bad things to happen to people, but sometimes karma's a bitch.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping. In this section, we talk about what is haunting us, what we've left in our carts, but also just cannot make ourselves buy for some reason.
Did you want to talk about CMOS? I feel like you really want to talk about CMOS.
Just like I'm watching the ads that I'm getting on my Instagram, and I'm just like, what about me tells you that I would eat CMOS jam that literally looks like cervical fluid? Like, it's like, when you do the cervical fluid test and you put it between your fingers and see if it's like egg white. It's like, why? That looks so gross. I do not want to put that on jam. Or where do you put CMOS jam?
Oh, jam.
On toast.
So what are the claims? Is it some collagen stuff? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. I never really got the hype around CMOS because I'm not really like a sea vegetable person. Never have been. No, they're really good for you, but they're just not my thing. And moss is kind of gross to me. I have a texture issue. Sometimes I cook chicken and by the time I sit down and begin to cut it, I'm like, well, this is flesh and I absolutely cannot eat this. So I think that's a personal problem. But yeah, I've just been like wary of CMOS for that reason.
This is a real texture ad.
Right? CMOS jam, if you're listening, send us some samples so we can talk about this.
I've lowered my expectations, and maybe CMOS jam is the spread of 2022. There's always a new spread. Last year's spread was the Lakanto chocolate spread because it was chocolate but no sugar.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, what? We're aliens, so.
Here's this disgusting slop you can put on your toast. Hope it's gluten-free, you fucking nerd. That's where most of my things that are just waiting in limbo exist from. Is like I see an ad on Instagram or I see something on TikTok. So what's haunting your cart lately?
I am looking at a few NFTs.
Okay.
I feel like that's really what's in my cart now. I'm just on OpenSea, just like hearting stuff. And
I feel like NFTs are the new eBay. When you would like find something on eBay, you'd be like, oh my God, I want this so badly. And then you would go to the auction and you would bet. It's so satisfying.
It's so satisfying, but also so dangerous. I'm like, this is really not good for the dopamine treadmill.
100%.
Really gambling at this point.
This is like shopping on speed. Like it's kind of fun.
Yeah. So having lots of fun with that.
What NFTs are you looking at?
Well, I did buy somebody for a Christmas gift an NFT affirmation.
Yes.
Shout out to NFT affirmations. They're hilarious.
They're
Check them
so
out.
funny.
But the one that I think I might buy is, I think it's like future whale or something.
I like that.
Also in my cart, there's these probiotics that somebody in the cuss recommended that have been in my cart forever. And they're not cheap, but they are rated very well. I'm just looking for them right now.
Because I have thoughts on probiotics.
Oh, Pure Power Probiotics.
Oh yeah, like pure encapsulations. Yeah. Pure encapsulations is generally, they have really good formulations. I'm not convinced probiotics are legit. I'm not convinced. I think it's a sexy, unique scam. I think we're going to look back at probiotics in 10 years and be like, wow, we really were spending $60 a month on fake bacteria that our bodies like definitely did not need. Like there's actually like quite a bit of evidence that is pointing in that direction.
Okay, but the counter sexy unique scam that could potentially refute that, the placebo effect, is simply powerful. So if you think they work, there's a high probability they are doing something to your body.
I really wanted to create a placebo pill where it was called placebo. And then because
It wouldn't
placebo,
work.
but it would, because like placebo is the strongest drug that exists. Like it is in medicine, like that's what they
Exactly.
say. So I think you should create a placebo pill, brand it beautifully. You could do a placebo probiotic. You could do a placebo Tylenol.
No,
You
but
could
then it
do,
wouldn't work because people would know. That's the point of the
I
placebo.
feel like it could work. I feel like it could work. Where you say like it's the placebo works 99% of the time.
Right, but that's because people think it's a different drug.
But if you say it, it's kind of meta because you're like, no, 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 but it also works. And then they're like, well, placebo does work. And then they're like, it's a sugar pill, but it also works. So I don't know.
You're like, I've gone inside this argument and then inside out.
Listen, if liquid death, which is just water in a can, can raise another $75 million for literally water in a can, I feel like a placebo pill should exist.
I drank one last night and they're so satisfying. It's basically just a tall can LaCroix,
Yes.
but with slightly better, what's it called? Texture, like when the bubbles, the different
Oh, I've
levels.
never had the bubbly one. I've only had the regular tap water, not tap water, spring water.
What's the point of that? I thought it was only sparkling water.
No, it's like still, I'm pretty sure it's still, because I had a bunch. That's why I was angry about it. That's why I'm angry that they got funding. If you're at a show, everyone's drinking beer, a tall boy, and you want water and you get a liquid death. I think that's great. Awesome. But $75 million, like seriously?
A good brand is a good brand. And so what's in your cart? What's going on?
Quite
Mine
a-
is less than exciting.
No. I think all those things were exciting. I'm also looking at an NFT, the Seeds NFT, which is really cool. We'll link to it, but it's like a community. I'm into NFTs that are like not quote unquote art, but are like unlock experiences in communities. Like that, to me, that's so interesting. I just invested in one called Alpha Girls, and it basically, when you buy an NFT, it helps them build their mental health app. So, and you get like first access to it. So it's a mental health app for like women, which is just so cool. So anyway, Seeds NFT is one that I'm looking at right now, but a couple things. First, my Instagram ads are just deranged at this point, but I did get this ad for something called Puff Me.
I love your ads. Mine aren't as cool.
Mine, I truly feel like they're like,
I mean, that
they're all foreign. Like they do not make sense in the United States of America. I do not know what algorithm I'm in, but it's an alternate universe and everything is so weird. It's called Puff Me, and you spray it on your roots, and it's like a dry shampoo and also a body like lifting situation. So it gives you like volume on your hair. And we've both got a razor cut. We've both got sort of a quasi mullet situation happening in a good way, sexy, unique mullet. And so I was like, wow, that's cool. I'm kind of into that. Like maybe I should look at that anyways, I went on a deep dive. Turns out this stuff, it causes people's hair to break off. So,
lovely.
yeah. My first thing that I always do is go to YouTube and I Google a product and I see what reviews are up, because especially for beauty products, I feel like there's like so many that you could understand if the product works or not.
I think that's how the whole Diva Curl scandal started.
Because people were like, hey, is this making your hair fall out? Turns out, yes. So I did not get that, but then I got sort of punted to the alternative wonderful product, which is Big Sexy Hair powder. And it's like the same thing, and you just sprinkle it on your roots and it like gives you a ton of volume and makes your hair look amazing. So I'm considering that.
Is it essentially talcum powder?
No, it's like it almost gives it's because talcum would be like dry shampoo. It gives it almost like creates bonds in your hair. So
Cool.
like it gives you like more, you can like basically stick your hair up like Big Sexy Hair powder. It reminds me of like Something About Mary, or like DJ Pauly D. How his hair was like basically like Madame Frankenstein, like that. I think that was created with Big Sexy Hair powder.
The bouffant.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, I would like to relive I think Jersey Shore like fashion is coming back,
Yeah, lower your expectations.
Exactly. So thinking about that, I'm also, okay, so I had to go to the doctor because I had this like weird skin issue happening. And I was telling my doctor I also need to book a, this might be TMI. I need to like book with my gyno because I need to get my IUD taken out. And she was like, oh, well, you have to start taking prenatals now. I don't want to have a baby like tomorrow, but you know, we're getting the body prepared. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I started Googling around and I found this personalized prenatals for geriatric women, geriatric pregnancies. It's called Burden B.
Like 35 and above.
Yes.
Doctors.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be 33 next month. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, you might as well round up. And it's called Burden B and it's personalized prenatals and it's prenatals for the birthing person and for their partner. So for, I think, men and women, but anyone who, if you have a uterus and you need the hormones to like, you know, give birth, there's a prenatal for you and then for your partner who's going to inseminate the egg. And I was just like, wow.
What's them?
I have no idea, but like they look really cool and I almost bought them and they're really expensive just because like bird and bee.
This sounds like an extremely sexy scam.
Yeah. And okay. And bee is spelled B-E, like just be yourself. And they look great, dude. They look great because they have like a formula for, oh, you're not fucking old and trying to have a kid. Okay, great. Here's a prenatal for you. And then like, oh, you're geriatric. Okay, here's a prenatal for you because good luck. And I just think, wow, fascinating, interesting. And millennials are not having children like in their youth. We are waiting. So I think that this is a space to watch, like anything to support pregnancy after 30. I think that will be like a huge category.
Hopefully they can move away from fear mongering and to embracing us because they'll get a lot more money from us.
Embracing our old dried up uteruses and just encouraging a nice, normal, healthy pregnancy. God willing.
Okay, this branding is great.
I know, right? And it doesn't feel fear mongery. I know. I got very close to buying like 2 or 3 times. I might actually do it. I don't know. I also might just like get the chewable gummy prenatal vitamins because, you know, I am a youth on the inside and I love a gummy.
We want an excuse to have a gummy at any point. This is so interesting. The prenatal for sperm is fascinating because that's such, I feel like, an untapped market. Like I have a friend who started a sperm bank that's basically like a mail-in sperm bank. Whoa. Yeah, like, you just like do it at home. You mail the
bank it at in the comfort of your home.
Yeah, they have done so well because I feel this whole world of men preparing and also wanting to wait and, you know, etc. So I see this going places despite the fact that I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I feel like there's some level of equity in like making men also take, or people with sperm take prenatals as well. Like it's not, the impetus isn't only on the child bearer, which I think is cool.
Did you see that whole thing that came out in the New York Times about the prenatal testing?
Oh.
I've just had friends go through it recently where they're waiting weeks to find out, is there going to be any...
Right. Are the chromosomes okay? Is there like something wrong with the baby?
Mm-hmm. And all the Times just did this investigation to find out how inaccurate they are.
And they're very inaccurate, I'm guessing.
They're only accurate right now at detecting Down syndrome, and everything else is wildly inaccurate and lots of like, positives.
I think it's also kind of dangerous, like because they take amniotic fluid, right?
No, I think this one is just a blood test. They only take amniotic fluid if the blood test comes back positive. And they take it, from your placenta, which is...
Ooh. Yeah, that just made my uterus just like go up even more into my body. No, thank you. That sounds horrible. So that's been I'm thinking about that. I also, this is my last thing. I saw this on TikTok. It's called All Day Chemist. And this woman was talking about how she gets like off-label Latisse from this thing, All Day Chemist, which is like you can order any prescription you want online without a prescription from a doctor. And I was like, what? Because she's like, you can get your retinol, you can get anything you want. You can get your Tret, you can get blah, 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 whatever you need for your skin. And Latisse. Listen, I'm not interested in Latisse. I tried the Grande Lash and I started to grow eyelashes on the inside of my eye. I looked like a fucking tarantula. I looked in the mirror when I was driving and I saw them and I was like, this is horrifying. I looked like a werewolf. I had to stop. The Latisse, I'm not interested in, but I was like, Tret, retinol. Yeah. Okay. I'll bite. I'm pretty sure you're ordering it from Mexico, which listen, I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. I don't want to be judgmental, but I'm also unclear if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's only like $15 as opposed to much more expensive elsewhere.
Now I'm like, Curology.
Curology is great. Muesli is really good too. So yeah, that's what's in my cart. Those are the things that I'm thinking about.
That's a great cart.
Yeah, I have a lot to consider.
You've got some heavy hitters going on.
Hey nerds! Guess who's got 2 thumbs, speaks limited French, and hasn't cried once today? This moi.
What's in your wellness house of cards right now? What's keeping you sane in this first madness week?
Okay, so I'm doing this thing called brain showering. I've coined it, and it's basically like what makes my brain feel like it's a clean baby, a clean, fresh new baby, And so that for me is like writing, or going outside, or getting organized in the morning. The opposite of a brain shower would be anything that's a stimulant. So like drinking coffee immediately, going on Instagram, going on Twitter, listening to podcasts, which I like used to do a lot when I'd wake up in the morning. I'd just like turn one on and go about my morning. Running late. That's definitely a horrible way. That's a dirty brain right there. And then also exercising in the morning for me doesn't work. It's not a brain shower. It's the opposite of a brain shower.
I think I have realized the same thing, even though I spend most of my years working out in the morning, that actually it's best if I do it like late afternoon, early evening, because then I get another wind and I can actually make dinner.
Yeah, it's also nice to stop your work day. At least for me, I'm like, okay, now I have to go. I have to go now. Yeah. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So brain showers, that's on my wellness house of cards. It's definitely helping. Also reading plays. This is sort of an alternative. This is like it's lower your standards 2022.
Totally. I find that way about reading film scripts.
Yeah. It's just it's an hour and a half max, right? Like the writing is good. I'm reading a lot of Teresa Reback. She's one of my favorite playwrights, and she just like writes women so well, and in relationships, and like her dialogue's so good, and it just like it gives me so much joy. I'm not an actor, but I just like I like that.
One of your favorites.
Yeah, and
one of your favorites.
What are my favorites?
Plays by her.
Spike Heels, I think, is my favorite play by her. Yeah, great. It's good. I also just read Proof, which is a really great play. It won the Pulitzer like in 2001, and it was awesome. And then I'm also extremely into doing my eyebrows right now.
Oh, like plucking?
No, just like, combing them up, getting them like, I think that TBH, we're going to really regret the sort of like soap brow, the spiky soap brow of that's like I'm seeing all over TikTok where I'm like, babe, are you okay? Like, this doesn't look good.
Your eyebrow hairs actually fall out.
Yeah, I don't think it's good, but I do like a full brow. So I'm really enjoying doing that as like my sort of anchor of my makeup routine in the morning. Yeah. And I'm usually participating in not drinking, but I'm extra participating in Dry January. And so I'm drinking Bon Buzz and their new flavor, the spicy flavor, which is so good.
I want to try that.
It's so good. I'll get you some, or we should do like a team happy hour and we should get it because it's great.
Would love that.
What's in your wellness house?
Well, funnily enough, also reading not plays, but poetry.
Oh, okay. Listen, she's an intellectual. Who are you reading? You're like Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dr. Seuss.
I just gifted, there's this Canadian, I was about to say playwright, poet that I just gifted somebody. And it's called Garden Physique. This was a one for you, one for me situation. And it's by Sylvia, I think her name is Legree. I don't know if she's French, but her writing is about nature and being in her garden. And there are so many new words. So that's what makes me feel relaxed these days.
Love it.
As well as TikTok cooking videos. I'm not like that deep. This is a recent development of 1 week where I was like, you know what? What if I just started making all my recipes from TikTok? Just lower your expectations. Like, just give me a recipe in 1 minute.
Exactly. Have you already gotten the Baked by Melissa green salad that's not guacamole, but it's like cabbage?
Yes. And I love the idea of making a salad that you eat with a chip.
Same. Yeah. When the vehicle for the salad is a chip or bread, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'm in on that. I wonder if TikTok's algorithm is like serving up healthy food for people, because I know that Pinterest, the number one searched thing was air fryer recipes the first week of January. So I wonder if TikTok's like, we know people are looking for this kind of stuff. We should serve up this type of content.
The air fryer feels a little bit Groundhog Day 2021. Like, are we still all about the air fryer? Is that happening?
Yeah, I have one. It kind of sits forlornly on our counter. Every time I remember to use it, I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
It's like a product that you use when you're in some manic phase. You're like, I'm definitely juicing for 2 weeks straight.
Wait, sorry, were you in my house? Because that was what I did. I was like, I am juicing. I'm getting the juicer out, and I am air frying bacon.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
That's kind of how I feel about the TikTok videos. I either get inspired to make something new, although it's really annoying to fucking write down the recipe if they don't write it, because you're just like watching this video over and over again and trying to like capture all of the
That's how they get you too. That's how they get so many views on that shit.
So smart. And then people in the comments will obviously help you out, so it's all about the comment section.
I would say like 80% of the joy from TikTok comes from the comments.
100%. I watch these videos, I get inspired, or I feel like I just ate a whole meal. That's some dark.
That was disordered eating talking.
Sometimes you just go to bed having TikTok for dinner.
God, you sound like my ballet teachers who were like, just think about pizza in your mouth. Think about how it smells. Don't eat it. You can smell it.
I'm not condoning this. I'm just saying. There have been dark days.
Well, you know, sometimes what you want is the sensory pleasure. It's not like you're craving a Boston cream pie. You're just like, wow, all the layers. Amazing.
Yeah, that's what's in my teetering wellness house.
I can tell.
That's the end of that. We're very excited to do another giveaway this week because we love said product. And Jenna Energy, if you're out there listening to the pod, you reviewed the pod for episode 3, and you are a winner of the Dieu reusable eye mask. So let us know. Hit us up in the DMs. This week, what are we giving away, Michelle?
This week, we are giving away the Kosas Brow Pop. It is my personal brow tamer of choice at this current moment, and it's really sick. It's a really good product. So if you want to win, make sure that you just give us 5 stars. We'll consider the other ratings, but you probably won't win, just being honest with you.
Review us.
Love us.
Tell us what you want us to review.
Yeah, tell us what's in your wellness house of cards, and make sure you follow Good For You Pod on Instagram, because we're really funny on there. Thanks for tuning in. Don't change.
Or do.
Have a great summer. Bye.
Later.